Today's video disclaimer. This one talks a bit about what's going on in my life at the moment, which isn't great things, but I don't know, it's a story. So I sold my bike trailer, bought one of these, 240 bucks, local pickup, no shipping, brilliant, pretty light, does a shit, schmutz. So I'm in the Avalon Valley somewhere, gonna go to the little place we call the Grassy Knoll. Oh, it's good to be on the bike. Today. So anyway, I got a favourite YouTube channel called Mary Valley Dirt Bike Riders. Josh and his missus, they make some cool content. And anyway, he said in one of his videos recently, he said your videos must have a story. And I never have a story in my videos. We basically just sit around laughing at Eddie, and they all call me fat. So this video is going to have a story, but it's not a nice story. It's a sad story. Where am I? I need to go down that road there, I think. So anyway, about a year ago, the date was the 18th of September 2018, my wife, Kerry, who made a cameo in I think 1 or 2 videos of mine, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. And at the time, obviously, a very scary thing. So we started on a journey to fight breast cancer, because that's what me and her do when we get into positions that we don't want to be in. We fight and we get out of them. We've been doing it our whole lives. Yeah, so anyway, the fight started and it was a good fight. Kerry did chemotherapy first because the cancer was very aggressive. The tumour in her breast grew very rapidly. I'm talking the size of a pea one day, and then like 4 days later, the size of a plum. So obviously, that was very scary. So you do chemo, and then you have an operation to remove the cancer itself. Mastectomy, they're pretty common. Oh, these hills are slippery at the moment. Fucking hell. It's like riding on dry ice, just ridiculous. So after a mastectomy, which for women of Kerry's age, because my wife is quite young, considering she's 40, She was 45 when she was diagnosed. Obviously these aren't nice things, but when you're talking about operations that are potentially saving your life, you just do it because that's what you do. You just can't put power down at all. You can't even sniff the rear brake. It just locks. Oh, hey, Emu! Go, son! Go, brother! Oh, fuck. Getting roosted by an emu. Go, son! Get up it! How come you've got so much traction? I better change my knobbies for claws, I think. There's a good lesson in what happens when you're being stupid and don't see the second emu. So where'd I get to? We had a mastectomy, then we had radiation treatment. Kerry hears all the horrors, or we hear the horror stories of chemotherapy and radiation and what it does to you, and your hair falls out and all this sort of stuff. Immune system goes to zero. You're prone to infections. You're sick and tired all the time. Well, not my wife. Nah. She did a small Ironman while she was doing chemotherapy in Lancelin, and also did a bike leg of a team event in Bustleton for the half Ironman, the 70.3. So you got a lady that's determined not only to beat cancer, but to not let it get involved in her life too much. She's super fit. 2 beers a month would be a big month for her. Never smoked a day in her life. So cancer is a very indiscriminate disease. It picks on anybody and anyone at any time. Where to go now? So we've finished all our treatment. Compared to everyone else's stories about what you go through, for us, we got away with it quite easily. Kerry's chemo, obviously you lose your hair and you are sick and stuff like that, but she coped with it very well, mentally and physically. She had her operation to have a second mastectomy and the surgery to rebuild both breasts, which went well. Well, 2 weeks after that you got to go to the doctor and have a checkup, which she went back to the surgeon on a Wednesday, late August. Said feeling okay, everything's good, but when she was sitting in the waiting room, she felt like something going her back, like a pinched nerve. That's what it felt like. That's sort of how she described it. So as you do when you think you've pinched a nerve in your back, you have a couple of Nurofen painkiller and you just take it easy, which she tried to do. About 7:30 that night, I had to call an ambulance because she wasn't well. Embo took her to hospital. She had some scans. They couldn't work out what was wrong for a while. Still just immense back pain. They did some scans, and long story short, turns out that the cancer had returned very aggressively. It was in her liver, and there was a few lesions in the lungs, but the biggest problem was the liver. So the diagnosis at that point then is stage 4. breast cancer that has metastasized to the liver. You don't get better from that. You die from that. So there are treatments available that obviously prolong your life. Ironically, today is the 12th of September, which is Are You OK Day. Am I okay? Oh, fucking not really. I'm pretty fucking pissed off with life at the moment, but trying to understand why all this shit happens to the people that least deserve it. My wife is the least deserving person to get cancer that ever lived. But it is what it is. And I'm on a dirt bike, so all is well. There you go, mate. Beautiful day for it. Little warm, yeah. Lucky you weren't doing it on Tuesday. Oh, really? Dropped off on Sunday because it was supposed to be a mild fucking week. Why have they done that? Stop erosion? Quite possibly, but pretty jacked. That was a good hill. Why? Oh, motherfucker. So, where did I get to? Stage 4. Metastasized breast cancer. How you actually get your head around that, I have no idea. The only thing I can do is be there for my wife. I stopped work. A little bit of adjustment there. I've never not worked a day in my life. I've always been employed. It's almost as difficult as working. I get very listless. Kerry hasn't worked since her first diagnosis, or not long after her first diagnosis, which she's a little bit better at that than me at the moment. I just have to do things all the time. We embark again on chemotherapy. We've opted to try this thing called immunotherapy. Problem for us is it's not approved on the PBS for breast cancer patients. So it's the same drug administered the same way, but for us to use it, because it's breast cancer, $7,500 a pop, administered every 3 weeks. We're hoping the drug company can give us a bit of a deal. If we approach them directly, we're looking at trying to get the buy 2 get 1 free. We've heard they've done that for other people. Hopefully that happens. Oh, PC9. Go, son. Up it. He's hankering around that hill. Awesome. There's my grassy knoll. That's where I'm headed to. I'm going to follow that road later on. This is West Australian gold. I'm going to hang here for a bit.